tonight. It's a comedy power hour. This has been a culmination of a semester's-long work. In the process, some friendships have been ended and some blood has been spilled. We'd just like to remind you today that we are recording live. So if you could just shut off any cell phones or devices that you have that might make a noise right now, that'll just interrupt the performance. Also, we have emergency exits in the back rear. That's probably the most convenient and easy way to get out in case of emergency. And without further ado, I'd like to introduce the host for the evening and the funniest comedian in Buffalo, also the second ugliest man alive, Ed Mervish.
Ed! Ed Mervish! Ed! Ed! Ed Mervish! Ed! 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 Ed Mervish!
Hey, I'd like to thank everybody. A big hand for our band. These guys are close personal friends of mine. My favorite band in all of America. And you know them as Anthony Ray and the Flat Five. Yeah, they're very good friends of mine. Love them. Love everyone. Love them in a carnal way. I love them in an inappropriate way. I tell you, I love this man so much, I have touched him in the shower. Okay? It's great. You know, I wrote a little song for the show tonight, so it's just going to be a little a cappella, as they call it in showbiz. You people probably don't know what showbiz means, but it's show business, in case you didn't know that. Show business is what showbiz is. How many of you people have had blunt trauma earlier today? What's going on? Well, anyway, here's the song I wrote. Welcome to the Comedy Power Hour show tonight. It's gonna be more fun than a golden shower tonight. We all want you to notice the exit lights, because it'd be sad if you all died in a terrible fire at the Comedy Power Hour show tonight. Booyah! If I may be serious for just a few moments. It's been a long time since I've been able to grace a stage, ever since I accidentally said the X word on the Jerry Lewis telethon. And I'd like to thank the students from the TFA department here at Generic State College, or wherever we are. And I really look forward to, as you do, the day that your degrees here are accredited by some sort of government. But what I look the most forward to in working with these young kids tonight, and I'm not kidding when I say young kids. I mean, I look at these kids, I've got stretch marks and broken dreams older than all these people. And they're wonderful. I could be their dad in a northern state, most of them. But I want to say something. And I want to say something that gets a reaction from you other than the boredom I'm getting so far. What I want to say is this. My career has not really been going great lately. I've been forced to basically sneak from town to town, illegally drinking milk from cows. But through a random chance and what might have been an accidental drunken pocket dial, my manager and agent got a phone call from these kids. And it was a big budget. Not for the phone call or what they're paying me, but it was a big budget nonetheless. And they took a chance on an old man whose career is behind him and really wasn't in front of him at any particular point. But they're great kids. I love these kids. Every single one of them. And I look for, these are the people, the artists of the future. Every single person you see on stage tonight. All the people working the cameras. All the people working the sound. I look forward to the day they march into Los Angeles and launch into their successful careers as waiters and waitresses. But a little bit of comedy. I'd like to start off with a little bit of stuff. I know you young kids with your telephones and your hats and all that crazy stuff. Your shoes and your potatoes. I'm with you. I'm there. So anyway, I'd don't want to say my mother-in-law is a terrible driver. But yesterday, she died in a horrible wreck. So anyway, sticking with death, which is what seems to be happening right now. So my twin brother died in March. That's not the funny part. So I go to a psychiatrist, and she says, "Why are you here?" And I said, "Well, I lost my brother." She looks at me and she says, "Well, have you tried retracing your steps?" Well, the bad news is my brother's still dead. Good news is I found my library card. So I got into comedy about 35 years ago because I lost my job. I was working as a DJ at a top 40 radio station. Got fired. Very next day, I got a job working as the operator for 911. Well, that didn't work out. I kept confusing those two jobs, and I only sent an ambulance to the 15th caller. So are there any married people here tonight? How many of you consider English one of your top 5 languages? I'd like to know because I've asked a lot of questions, and most of what I'm getting is you staring back going, "Fling in the Dorbenhead." I'd really like to thank Buffalo State College for not burning down. I've been married for 30 years. It's a monument to spite. My wife and I are we're very, very happy. In fact, the other night she looked at me in bed and she said, "Honey, every time we make love, it's just like the first time." Well, I really thought I'd gotten better. No, she's right. 15 beers, 45 seconds, boom, it's over. My wife likes to ask me women questions. Everybody alive knows what a woman question is. A woman question is one of those psychotic Zen Buddhist questions that a woman asks a man at 4:26 a.m. because she can't sleep. So the only thing that's going to calm her down since she can't sleep is knowing the man she loves in bed next to her also can't sleep. "Honey, you awake? Honey, you awake? Honey, oh God, penis punch! 4:26, man down, mayday! You've got a question. If you weren't you, and then you met you on the street, would you like you?" Six years ago, she asked me the greatest woman question ever. She said, "Honey, what would you do if you could go down on yourself?" And I said, "Cancel my cable." That's a savings of $1,800 a year, folks. So let's say thank you for applauding oral sex. You people are wonderful people, really. You're the future of America, which is why I just can't wait to get to Estonia. It's another country. You guys learn anything here besides how to walk over to the Union and drink too much pop? I swear to God, this is like an oil painting that doesn't breathe. So anyway, last night I was watching the movie Love Story. It's the greatest movie ever made to watch if you're a married man. It's an old movie, I know, but at the end of the movie, Hallie McGraw portrayed the character Jenny, who's dying of this unnamed pernicious disease, which we're not going to figure out watching the film is Jenny's inability to act. And she looks at the camera and says this now iconic movie line, "Love means you never have to say you're sorry." 30 years of marriage, buckaroos. Love means if you're a guy, you better accept sorry as your goddamn Hindu mantra. I wake up in the morning, I no longer even bother to open my eyes. I just start chanting, "I am sorry, I am sorry, I am sorry." I screwed it up, I forgot to do it, I am not the man you married. You know what that only means if you're a married guy, except the fact that you never gonna sleep on more than this much of a mattress for the rest of your natural life. That means you gotta figure out how a 3-foot-tall woman can occupy 86,000 cubic feet of bathroom space. That means if you've got 9,000 pillows and you're the guy, by 4 a.m., you've got 0 while she looks like the Michelin tire man. That means you marry a woman, this thing that has never had blood in her hands nor feet. No, at the end of a woman's arms and legs are found ice pods, deep bloodless, frozen, sub-zero, mince, all ice, and she urinates 1,961 times per evening. How do you know? Because every time she gets up to tinkle, one of her ice pods brushes against your pecker. You pop up to the ceiling and watch her half-asleep ass ambling on down to the bathroom. She never flushes, because she's not really awake. So, when you finally get up, you are greeted by her toilet paper recreation of the Battle of Midway in your toilet bowl. And that's what love means to me. Thank you for the applause for that bit. It's all my forthcoming book, Men Are From Mars, Show Me Uranus. It's self-help and astronomy. Did that joke in Cleveland a couple of months ago. A girl says to her boyfriend, a little bit louder than I think she thought she knew, she said, "Honey, you haven't seen my anus, have you?" Girls, as a feller, I ain't supposed to tell you this. But if we've had carnal relations with you, in what is known as the canine fashion, we've received a hearty wink from your brown eye. Now do you get the joke? The rest of you think I just said something bad about Van Morrison. Well, I'd like to actually end on a big joke here, but I haven't written one. But here's a little gift for you. So we're going to keep the show rolling in just a second. This is a little gift I want to give you because you've been a wonderful audience, and Christmas is coming. I don't know. Who here celebrates Christmas? Who here doesn't? Enjoy hell. Nah. Whatever religion you are, blah, blah, blah. For those of you who celebrate Christmas, I hope you have a great Christmas. And for those of you who don't, enjoy the Chinese food. No Christians or Jews, and this is a Sunni college. I like the sound of 18-year-old assholes typing, because they think I just said something racist, but I didn't. I can't laugh now. Why? He mentioned race. God, I fear for the future, and I can't wait for the icy hand of death to end this. But there's a little joke I want to give you as a gift for Christmas. It's your Christmas. Do this joke after the show in memory of me. A few years ago, I was doing some comedy up in Green Bay, Wisconsin. I went to McDonald's after the show. The pimply 17-year-old girl looks out the window, and she says, "That'll be $4.70 cents." This is the part of the joke I want you all to steal. I held up a crisp $5 bill and said, "Excuse me, young lady. Does this restaurant accept out-of-state cash?" Friggin' try it. Pennsylvania's an hour and 20 minutes that way. Here's the look Pimple Girl gave me. You've got out-of-state cash? As a matter of fact, I do, my Oxy 5 needing friend. But this $5 bill came all the way from the shores of Lake Erie. She disappeared from the little window. 19 minutes later, she's back with a manager, perched on her shoulder like a parrot. "Excuse me, sir. Tiffany here with the Himalayan range of acne says you've got out-of-state cash." "Perchance I do, my brightly plumed and vegan friend. For this Finsky has sojourned from the Empire State." They both disappeared from the little window. That night, I never got food. This final story is about McDonald's. It's also part of your gift. Happened in a little town not too far from here called Batavia, New York. I walk into the McDonald's in Batavia. It was about a week ago. And I say to the young guy behind the counter, "Hi, I'm looking at the menu." And he says, "Can I help you?" And I said, "Well, I hope so, because you seem to be employed here." I said, "I'd like a large order of fries." He looked me dead in the eye and says, "Would you like some fries with that?" "No, grasshopper." Snatch the empty fry bag from my hand. "My chanting will fill it with French fries from the Dalai Lama." So I shot him in the balls. Okay, folks, 2 minutes. Let's try to keep going. Are you ready for the show? Listen, folks, let's take it away.
Suspects is filmed on location with the men and women of law enforcement. All suspects are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law.
Kiss my pale white ass, po-po! We got another one here.
This is what happens when you snort one too many, kids.
What? I'm sober.
Crap! The batteries are dead.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
I have more in the bag.
So we gotta run it again?
Yeah. Let's take this guy back and let him loose.
All right, let's go. Are you sure that's a good idea?
Oh, yeah, I made it pretty good. There he is! He's the crap beast! Let's get
Suspect fits the description of a store robber about 10 miles out.
White! Yep, he sure is white!
Hey, man, I am the baddest
Should use this on the white when she messes up dinner.
Wait! I left the lens cap on.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me! You didn't get that badass tackle.
No. Sorry, guys. Let's go again. Oh, damn it! I gotta adjust the exposure. Just give me a second. It will only take a minute. Clean it.
So, see a new trailer of a RoboCop movie?
Yeah, it doesn't look too good.
What? Are you kidding me? Looks awesome.
Yeah, I actually can't wait to see that.
You hear that, Jones? Even the criminal wants to see it. Well, Mr. Criminal, hope you get your vision back so you can watch it in prison with your new cellmate boyfriend, Leslie.
Okay, we're good to go. Let's go again.
No, guys, please. I won't give coke as long as I live, I promise. Just let me go. Let's get him! That's how I roll!
Nice work, Officer Harris.
Remember, kids, drugs will only lead to prison and capital punishment.
Oh my god!
No, wait. All right. I think that should do it.
How's that look? Good?
Do you lack confidence? Have you tried everything to deceive people into thinking you're classy and respectable? Then fear no more. From the makers of Touch of Gray comes Patch of Bald. Patch of Bald can make even the most pathetic of losers get that age-to-perfection look. The secret is in our one-of-a-kind interior propeller hat process. Just put the headdress on, rev it up, and in just 76 seconds, you'll have that bald patch you've always wanted. People will finally think you're mildly interesting. Get your Schloesle's Patch of Bald for only $82.08 plus shipping and handling. Order now and receive 2 bald spots for the price of 3 in today's exclusive offer. Don't miss out. Call 1-800-SO-SHINY today.
Hi, I'm Ron Majors of Ron Majors Bear and Wild Animal Karate Protection Training. If there's one thing I hate more than weakness, it's bears. If you plan on spending any length of time deep in the wilderness, take my karate protection training. Ron Majors style. I guarantee you that my wilderness training will give you the skills necessary to engage in mortal combat with any dangerous forest creature. I'll teach you how to battle squirrels, badgers, raccoons, snakes, cougars, and of course, the almighty bear. I have personally fought and defeated over 9 bears. You can too with Ron Majors Bear and Wild Animal Karate Protection Training. Call 1-800-DIE-BEAR to start your training today.
Tonight at 11 on News Source 13, Town Alderman Skip Pennypacker has died. Cause of death is currently unknown. We'll bring you all the news.
Skip's dead? Oh my God, tell me this isn't true. Skip's dead? Oh my God, we have lost a great American, a pillar of this community. My mentor. I will never have your rabbit stew again. Oh my God, Skip. Oh my God. Does this mean the alderman position's open?
Yes, it does.
Oh, Skip.
More on this tragedy and the community's reaction to it tonight at 11 on News Source 15.
Willie Trusello here. Now I've been stealing cars for over 30 years and the prices have never been this low. Carolyn?
That's right, Willie. Starting today, you can get a slightly used Ford Focus for just $10.99 down and a 4.3% APR.
These are chop shop prices, folks. I only steal from the best parking lots in the Tri-County area. Golfing event, I'm there. Business meeting, I'm there. Luxury car dealership, there. These prices are insane, Carolyn. You almost say they're big. Hi, I'm Kip Rodney, and I am running for town alderman of Hayesville. As we all know, some shady characters have entered town lately, and, well, I'm here to take care of that. I will defend this town with my own 2 hands, and if need be, my .357 Magnum. That's not a threat. That's standing your ground. Stand your ground, ladies and gentlemen, and vote for Kip Rodney.
1, 2, 3 into the 4. Snoop Doggy Dogg and Dr. Dre is at the door, ready to make an entrance, so back on up, cause you know we're about to rip shit up. Yeah. And that's realer than real deal, Holyfield. And now you hookers and hoes know how I feel. Well, if it's good enough to get broke off a proper chunk, I take a small piece of some of that funky stuff. It's like this and like that and like this and it's like that and like this and
adult professionals. I hope each and every one of you is inspired after this. Our first guest is a Mr. Stockwell, who works in the sanitation field. Mr. Stockwell.
Hi, kids. My name is Wayne, and I am your local garbage man. Now, I know what you're thinking. Oh, no one wants a job like that. Or only someone with multiple DUI convictions would do a job like that. But the fact of the matter is, without a garbage man, all of you would live in filth. Now, do you want that? Huh? Do you?
Mr. Stockwell, if you could.
Right. Sorry. I'll tell you what, though. Being a garbage man, you find a lot of cool stuff. Which is why I brought something for all of you today.
Mr. Stockwell.
Yeah, that's great. There you go. Oh, don't worry, honey. I got you. Oh, okay. All right. When do I get paid?
We're on the way out.
Oh, all right.
So much. Our next up is Mr. Johnson. Mr. Johnson. Thank you so much for being here. Now, Mr. Johnson, the next part of what you do exactly, would you care to enlighten us?
Well, I'd be happy to.
This is for you.
Okay, now, kids, how many of you do not actually know who your father is? Oh, it looks like a few of you.
I'm sorry, Mr. Johnson, how is that relevant?
Oh, well, you asked me what I do for a living. Well, I guess you could say I'm a professional spreader of seed.
Kids, take notes. We have a real live farmer here. Mr. Johnson, how did you get started in your line of work?
Good question. Okay, so college wasn't really my thing. No career seemed, fulfilling enough, if you know what I mean. In fact, all I really had was a powerful libido and some great endurance. So I went down to the bank and then I made a deposit. And I was so good at it, 20 years later, it's all I have to do for a living.
So you're a farmer who makes a living by depositing money into the bank?
No, I thought you were joking about the farming. No, I'm a sperm donor. Okay, now kids, who wants to hear my 5 tips about firing out a potent batch of nipple children?
Okay, that will be all. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Okay.
Nice to meet you.
Okay, kids. Hopefully our next guest will have a better grasp on professional behavior. Dr. Katz, a veterinarian who most recently treated my own dearly departed dog. Dr. Katz, why don't you tell us a little bit more about what being a veterinarian entails?
Sure thing, Ann. Okay, now kids, show of hands, who has ever had a sick dog? Well, who has ever had to put that dog down? Yes, that's always unfortunate. But that's where I come in. I specialize in animal euthanasia. Oh, dear. It's my job to get the correct amount of poison into your beloved head to kill it. Now, sometimes I don't always use enough. And that's very unfortunate. Oh, well, let's just take a look at what happened with your teacher, St. Bernard.
What happened?
Here's what happens to a big dog with the wrong amount of poison in its body. First, its survival instincts will kick in, and it'll try to escape, but normally, it's too weak to do much of anything. So, it'll flail around the room, tongue halfway down its throat, gagging on what little saliva it has left, while clawing at the sky, trying to battle encroaching death. And the bowels, oh, it releases its bowels everywhere. It just rolls around in its own stool. And as it sees the end approaching, it kicks itself off the table, snapping its own neck upon impact with the hard tile floor. And if it's lucky, it'll die. But more often than not, I'll have to inject it with a second dose. And if worse comes to worse, smother the life out of it with the very pillow it's been sleeping on. Please stop. No, I haven't even gotten into how we kill the birds and reptiles. I'll start with the birds. So you know how birds have weak bones, right? I start by breaking all of them. You just got to break off this Okay, I'll be seeing you around, kids.
In your future, you may want to consider unemployment.
see why you have to come with me, Jesus.
Somebody's going to help you blow all the silver you found last week.
But every time we go out, you always have to swoop in and steal my dates.
I don't steal them, Judas. Listen, I can't help that I'm the son of God, okay? Women just take those kind of men.
Hey, you have to stop going around telling everyone that you're the son of God. It's dangerous, remember?
No, don't worry, my old friend. I am only a humble Jew
tonight.
You better be humble. I'm meeting a blind date, remember?
Indeed, I remember things better than most people. I am the Son of God, after all.
Jesus Christ, stop saying that.
Listen, you can't stop saying it either. And Peter says it's just a fad. So, where is this bit?
Oh, Jesus, there she is.
Oh,
Jesus,
look at her.
I'm nervous. I'm nervous. Excuse me. Are you Astero?
Yes, I am. You must be Judas. Please sit down.
Now, when they told me I had a blind date, I did not expect her to be as dark and beautiful as my olive tree.
What's that?
I am one of Jesus' closest apostles.
No.
Yeah. And I'll tell you all about it as soon as I come back with some wine.
I can't wait.
Do you hear that?
What?
Oh, that's just God talking to me.
Who are you?
Oh, Jesus Christ, Son of God.
Oh my God! You're him?
Hey, don't take the Lord's name in vain or I'll have to smite you. Oh, body of Christ? Oh, sure. But I'll tell you all about it when I come back with some wine. Oh, wait. Shoom, already taken care of. Oh, God. So, Ashtaroth.
Yes.
You know what that means?
No.
It means star of God. But, baby, you can be my star anytime.
Oh, stop.
That's it, Jesus. You always do this to me. I wanted to love you, Jesus. But I'm not yours anymore. You made me do this.
Judas. What do you say?
Remember all that silver I found?
Jesus Christ! We've been hearing word that you're the Son of God. Who's been telling people that? Well, people have been saying you have. And your friend here. Look, holy man, silver. What? Judas, what the hell? Think about how much bread we baked together. Think about how much bread will never be baked.
There can only be one baker, Jesus. And you and I both know I was always the better baker.
Becoming quite biblical.
Now, for once, let me get back to my date.
Judas! 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 Judas, you son of a bitch!
Thank God that's over.
Are you losing confidence because of your thinning hair? The solution could be as easy as 1, 2, 3. From Schlosley, the makers of Patch of Bald, comes the removable Roadkill hairpiece. With a removable Roadkill hairpiece, you'll feel the confidence of a man with a full head of hair. And it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Order the Schlosley Removable Roadkill hairpiece today. Only 3 payments of $47.
Big! Hi, my name is Dean Howard. A lot of you may remember me as former Town Alderman Skip Pennypacker's longtime assistant. I'd like to inform you today of my intentions to run for Hayesville Town Alderman. Yes, that's right. I do intend on continuing the good work that my former mentor did for this community, and then some.
Jerry here suffers from headaches, indigestion, sepsis, and nausea. Lucky for Jerry, the fine fellows at Hoffman Labs have just engineered a daytime pick-me-up tablet designed for people just like Jerry. Try lysergic acid diethylamide, or as we like to call it, LSD. Yes, LSD is the perfect panacea, the terrific tablet, the designer drug for all your hip needs. With LSD, you're free to pursue any activity with the full and wholehearted pleasure of a healthy, well-adjusted modern man. Look how much pleasure Jerry derives from his surroundings. Why, he's so happy he can barely drive. Why, LSD has even given Jerry the confidence to approach his female coworker, Pam. Go get her, Jerry. Like all drugs, LSD has several side effects, but the boys here at Hoffman Labs agree, if you want to feel free, try LSD. Just ask Jerry.
I see everything in color.
So do we, Jerry. So do we.
In years.
Well, you came to the right place. Scariest haunted house in all Staten Island.
I don't see how this is gonna be scary. All we talk so far.
Oh, step right up and prepare for the scares. You kids ready to scream?
I'm shaking already. It's his first time here.
You're not from around here, are you, kid?
No.
Well, you're in for a treat. You're looking at Staten Island's premier terror experience. Down to $75, buddy. All right, get ready for it, Joe. All right, now please, clean your mind and open to the endless possibilities of true horror. All right, and as you will.
Drugs are walking through what appears to be a foggy swamp.
God.
Look out for the hawk is going to come back and take out all the
Oh my God.
Congratulations. You have successfully made it out of the foggy swamp. Please pay no attention to the dead body. Point is not real.
Oh my God. Thank God I thought it was real. Oh my God.
It is real. That's Joe.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Was that the most terrifying experience in your whole life?
Yeah, it was pretty scary.
Just sissy, I'm scared of everything.
Who's this guy? Huh?
Delphia Dante, most powerful mafia boss in all Staten Island.
Is everyone having fun? Woo! All right. We're gonna play one for you.
Play two.
Not enough time, man. I wanted love, I needed love, most of all, someone said bound to fall for you. Oh, sick for days. Sick for days, so many ways, and I'm aching now. I'm aching now. It's times like these I need release. Please show me how. Please show me how to get by. Yeah, out of sight. Loving you, baby child, tied up on your reins. I'm running wild, it's true. Oh, what can I do? When I was young, nothing slowed me down, slowed me down. Now I let the others pass, 'cause I come around and I
and enjoy the rest of your evening.
Tell the assembled young folk here, along with the hobos we brought in from the bus station to fill the seats, just what planet beans come from.
Well, Ed, believe it or not, vegans are humans, just like you and I.
Me and you?
That's right. They just don't eat anything to do with animals.
Why?
To spare defenseless creatures from the horrors of slaughterhouses, of course.
Oh, yes, what a terrible demise it is for our chickens and cows and stuff. You know, this portion of the show, I would like to tell you, is brought to you by the removable roadkill hair piece. Boys, are you losing your hair? Is your hairline going so far back you have to comb it right above your ass? Are you a chrome dome and you just won't admit it? When the sun hits your head, do people go, ah? Well, then you should get yourself the removable roadkill hair piece. It's available at any fine store that doesn't really check with the Food and Drug Administration. And now back to the lovely Bonnie.
Thanks, Ed. Here before us, we had a classic array of vegan delicacies. Carrots. The common antelope bean. And, of course, hemp ice cream.
Of course.
We have all of these foods assorted in bowls. Now I'm going to put them out in the open so the essence of these foods can fill the air. Next thing you got to do is locate a burlap sack.
A burlap sack?
All part of the process, Ed. It's the best type of sack there is. Next, and I know you learned this when you were in Cub Scouts, Ed, we tie a good old-fashioned bowline knot.
Oh, yeah, you're right. My scoutmaster taught me a lot about knots, and he was no stranger in showing me his sack.
Finally, prepare yourself. Finally, prepare yourself a good old-fashioned mask. I'm into a little bit of flare roll up in here, so I'm going to go with the bloody Jason mask for today. Oh, and I almost forgot. 3 sticks of butter.
Oh, honey, is there a point in this freaking exercise where we'll do some cooking?
Right now, preheat the oven to 350 degrees and get ready for some grade A vegan cooking. Look, here comes one now. Look at how he looks just for the ingredients.
That's amazing. And you haven't even cooked anything yet.
Not yet, but with the help of our list of cooking supplies, we'll get our dish going in a minute.
What the hell?
I didn't want to introduce this before and alarm anybody, but I'm going to eject the victim. The participants with a light sedative.
Well, that was incredible. Let's pull these up a little bit. Oh, wait.
Yes, Ed. Are you hungry?
Oh, I've never been hungry in my life.
Great! After 3 hours, at 350, seasoned with a mild dash of salt and pepper, our dish is complete. We already have a dish made for you and your studio audience. Freshly cooked vegan. A great holiday dish for the family.
Well, now, isn't that cannibalism?
Well, Ed, the holiday season is all about sacrifice. What better way to personify that than by roasting a live human being until death?
My Bonnie, you've turned me around 180 degrees on this. There's no better way to celebrate the holidays. You're right. But cooking up somebody who's just going to play Xbox in his mom's basement for 30 years anyway. Ladies and gentlemen, make your Bonnie Murford.
So what's happening today here, Nestor?
Well, today is the first meeting of the Neighborhood Watch.
And do you think people will come, Nestor?
Why don't you guys come down here? I got something I want to show you. I'm pretty excited to show you all this.
Nestor Brown, aged 44, lives alone in this household east of Maine. And for some reason, people are afraid of him. That is the answer I'm searching for.
Walt Disney once said that adults are just children all grown up. That's the philosophy I live my life by.
It's an impressive collection.
People have this misconception of me. Like when I see a child on the street, it's in my nature to wave to them and be friendly.
He looks nice, Mom.
Lots of space in here, Nestor.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I bought it.
And the other?
It was on sale.
But as I spent more time with the man, the more I realized just how alone he is. No one's coming to the meeting, are they, Nestor?
No, Dave, they're not.
Why do you come here?
Because it's quiet and I could think, and besides, being around these children kind of reminds me of my own.
You have children?
Yes, I have children.
Where are they now?
My wife took them in a divorce.
What did you do?
She said I love them too much. How could that be a crime? When a man has 8 children, you have to return their love.
Of course you have more than one.
She wanted 8. I don't understand. I only wanted 2.
Where am I?
Hey there, man. You got any food? Look here. I need to eat.
Or booze?
You're our Francis, you're the king.
Well, thank you very much.
You're eating what?
Here's to get the booze.
Oh. You're Michael Jackson.
Yes, child.
You're, Biggie Smalls?
Biggie!
It's Michael Jackson and Biggie Smalls and Elvis Presley King and Amy Winehouse. Am I dead? Oh my God, hell.
Hush, child. You're not in hell. We're all alive. You just came to Onya! Lost Celebrity Island.
It's great. So all celebrities don't just come here.
We did not. We were just all fed up with how we were being treated and came to Onya. Lost Celebrity Island.
So majestic. Well, okay. What about JFK?
He's dead.
Who shot you? Tupac?
He was alive, but Biggie ate him.
Who ate?
He was alive, but Amy stole all of his meds and he tragically died.
That's something. Okay. What about Steve Irwin?
Oh yeah, he's here.
Bad news, gang. I couldn't get cash.
first celebrity to ever fake his own identity.
God, no, Jesus Christ. Oh, yes, John. Jesus Christ is right. Come on, show the boy some mercy. Let him go. Biggie, aside.
You're my nigga, Jesus.
Thank you so much, Jesus.
But we have no more food.
What are you talking about? Of course we have food. I'm Jesus Christ, bitch. Just got bread all up in here. Hey, aren't you the guy from the Fast and Furious? Good to meet you. Too soon?
Hi, I'm Joe Latulio, and I care about people. That's why I run a man-oriented landscaping company called Manscapers. Are you too embarrassed to lay outside with all that overgrown shrubbery? Well, I've got a team of professionals ready to service all your manscaping needs. Too much growth in the back? We'll get deep within the cracks and crevices. You want a landing strip in the front? Our guys can do it. Look at them. Our men work so hard their clothes practically sweat off. Got too much fuzz on the peach tree? We'll shave all that down. Just ask a loyal customer.
My husband and I always use Manscapers. When they're done cutting, his gnome always looks bigger. So smooth. I feel so free. I don't know how I lived before manscaping.
Me neither, honey. Me neither. Just remember our motto. You've got fungus, we'll make it dungus. Manscapers.
I did not kill Skip Pennypacker, regardless of what forensics says. It was an accidental discharge. If Skip were to attack me, I would have shot him in the face. Skip Rodney stands his ground. Vote for me. Stand your ground. It's gonna be big.
Hey, kids!
Who are you, mister?
You can call me Mr. Funtime.
Oh boy, Mr. Funtime!
Say, you kids look awful bored playing those old games. What if I told you you don't need a new game to have fun? Just a paper bag.
Just a paper bag? Anything come in the bag?
I thought you'd never ask. Each 2mm thick brown paper bag comes packed full of loose grain, oats, prunes, and beans. But that's not all. Just 1 second, Billy. Don't throw away that bag. Have you waited the designated gestation time? Simply ingest the healthy snack and allow 12 to 24 hours for the product to take effect. Don't forget your paper bag, Billy. Simply fill it up with your used waste matter and close the bag up tight. Now put them on your neighbor's doorstep. Ignite with the handy match, ring the bell, and run away. Watch as your neighbors try to stomp out the flames, only to get their shoes covered in excrement.
This was out of control. Honey, call the fire department.
Yes, the Flaming Poo Bag Starter Kit can now be yours for just $15.99. But wait, order the Flaming Poo Bag Starter Kit and we'll throw in a free Poopy Dollar. That's a Flaming Poo Bag Starter Kit with a free Poopy Dollar for just $15.99. Call now.
Good to see everybody. Thanks for not even acting like I'm touchable. That's really thank you very much. I impregnate people with my sweat. It was a good idea on your part. There we go. Hey everybody, welcome to the portion of the show, the Ed Mervis Show, where we take a person with a serious emotional problem and I solve it in 10 to 15 minutes, despite the fact that I have no qualifications and am obviously pretty drunk. Our first guest tonight is, well, she's a first lady who is royally pissed off because she thinks that her husband is taking some pretty young actresses to the White House and, exercising the little chief executive on them. Ladies and gentlemen, Jacqueline.
Well, Ed, I've been married to my husband Jack for a couple of years now,
the young, the beautiful, the talented, one of the screen icons of all time, a woman who wouldn't have sex with me to keep the species going, Marilyn Monroe! Oh, it's nice to meet you. So, Marilyn, tell us to the audience. Is it true? Have you been, getting the old log in the Lincoln bedroom?
Oh, yes, Ed. I've been sleeping with her man for a few weeks now, and I'll do it again. You! Just his first lady. I was his real woman.
Well, maybe it's time we brought in the man of the hour to settle all of this. Ladies and gentlemen, your next guest is fresh from a mind-blowing tour of Dallas, Texas. Please put your hands together for John Fitzgerald Kennedy. Well, tell me, Mr. FK, is it true? Have you been, oinking both of these beautiful young women?
Well, yes, Ed, I have been sleeping with both of them. They're both beautiful women. I couldn't just walk away. Some people see an affair and ask why. I see another beautiful woman and ask why not.
But, Mr. Kennedy, we have to address one question here. Do you think it's fair to both these women, plus highly unattractive men like myself, for you, to be hanging on to more than your share of skanks?
I don't mind a little spice in the relationship. Give the media something to talk about.
Well, Kennedy, looks like it's time to split the old cranium open and decide who you're going home with.
All right, I really can't decide. I believe I love them both. But ask not what your country can do for you, but rather who you can do in your country.
Well, ladies, it looks like Jack's made his choice here. So we're going to actually bring in one final guest who might settle this entire situation. This is Maryland's latest vibrating meat sack. He comes from the Texas Book Depository. Put your hands together for the amazing Lee Harvey Oswald!
You sleeping with my woman? I'm gonna kill you!
Now it's time for a murder moment. You know, being the President of the United States, especially when a large part of your cranium's on the back of a car. Still on COVID, huh, kids? Well, it's hard to be president when you come home from Dallas with a little bit less than you used to think with. And it's also very hard to be the First Lady and have to match your pillbox hat with a bloodstained dress every day. And what about Marilyn? A fine actress who, like most young actresses, has to make sure that her career works by having fellatio with the proper producers. And then there's Lee Harvey. Let's face it, working in the book depository. Pretty much put a rifle in anybody's hand. But none of that's a good excuse for cheating on your spouse. So to take care of the stress of everyday to-day life, I like to recommend lysergic acid diethylene. LSD. LSD. It's available at the apothecary near you. Try it. You may find out that radioactive lobster driving the truck for you maybe is a real human being. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it for our show. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Ming Chuchi, and as a half Italian, half Chinese man, I never felt that my mixed heritage has been properly represented in the culinary world. And that's why I just opened Ming's Fettucci's Italian and Chinese Bistro on Parkway Avenue. At Ming Fettucci's, we serve only the finest in Italian Chinese fusion. Come in and try our succulent stuffed shells filled with mixture of soy sauce and fried rice. Then let your palate roam free as you try our Lo Ming Alfredo. If you're in the mood for bread, our Chow Ming Marinara. Of course, who could turn down sesame chicken parmesan or meatball egg drop soup? We have everything here at Ming's Fettucci's restaurant. And if you don't believe us, try our Poo Poo Pizza.
Financing as low as 3.1%.
It's gonna be big!
As town alderman, I'll fight for the issues that affect you the most. Take a look at this parking lot, for instance. Over 4 tons of dirt was relocated from the southern tier to make this parking lot. That's 4 tons of Hayesville outsourced to a quarry down south. A vote for Dean Howard is a vote to end dirt outsourcing. Because you can't raise your children in a parking lot, and you shouldn't have to.
You always want to be confident today and have choices, which is why there's Period Begonicin. Unlike other pills that alleviate the symptoms of your monthly period, when taken regularly, Period Begonicin creates a new cycle in your body that causes your monthly period to be reduced from monthly to yearly. So instead of 12 weeks of your year being prone to the symptoms of PMS, Period Begonicin allows all that to be compressed into 1 week of the entire year. Think of all you can accomplish with 51 weeks free of premenstrual syndrome. Side effects may include a dramatic increase in PMDD, as well as increasing the risk of heart, kidney, and liver disease, as well as breast and cervical cancer. With regards to that 1 week of the year, other side effects may include cramps, fatigue, spotting, increased stress, heavy bleeding, irritability, passive aggressiveness, and escalation in aggressiveness, absolutely unjustified aggressiveness. Every man in your life irritates you, a level of aggressiveness that he couldn't possibly deserve. You find yourself trying to kill him in the middle of the night. You kick him out. You chase after him. He changes his identity to hide from you. You track him down to where he's hiding. You find yourself beating him within an inch of his life. Then he barely escapes. You find him hiding in a bomb shelter. You kill him. Smoking and drinking will also increase these risks. Period Begonicin is not a contraceptive. You can still get pregnant during the other 51 weeks of the year. Period Begonicin does not prevent against HIV or other STDs. Talk to your doctor if Period Begonicin is right for you.
Are you sure you put up the Craigslist ad?
Yes, Mr. Bruce.
Well, what section?
Men seeking men.
No problem there. It's almost as if... It's him! It's him alright! Go, send him in!
Batman, I'd like to introduce to you Robin.
All right. Batman and Robin will ride again.
Yeah, it's great to be here.
Now, Robin, tonight is a notoriously dangerous night for crime. I'm just going to throw you right in there. I need to know that you have my back.
Well, I'm ready, Batman. Are you?
Sunglasses at night.
It's about fighting crime and looking good while doing it.
Well, I think this looks pretty good.
I don't need that, Batman.
No? Do you have some special skills? Are you magic or something?
I thought you'd never ask.
Joker. The lyrics don't even make sense.
I don't think you were listening.
Oh, I was. Listen, Robin, I think we have a lot to work on here. Do you have any other special skills besides singing?
I do actually. I can blur people's vision.
Blurred vision. What is that?
Nobody likes blurred lines.
Listen, Robin, I don't know if this is gonna work out here. I think maybe, you know.
Hello, Batman. I thought I'd drop in and help myself to some of your perfect pearls. You're not usually here at this hour.
This time, Selena. All right, Robin. Looks like we're gonna have to team up after all. Now, just follow my nose.
This is my chance to prove myself to you, Batman.
All right.
I'll defeat Catwoman. You follow my lead.
Well, how?
I'll give her a special kind of therapy.
Pain therapy?
Just let me love you, lay right here, girl, don't be scared of me. Give you sex therapy, give you sex therapy. It's your body, you'll go crazy if you want to, as hard as you want to.
Here, have your family pearls. Robin has defeated me.
How? You didn't even fight. You're supposed to fight. Catwoman, I'm supposed to shake some sense in you?
Shake. Yeah, Catwoman. Shake. Sir, we have another applicant.
What's his name?
One Robin Williams.
Click on men, shaking men on quick. Oh my God, it's take two. Oh my God, it's Val Kilmer. Take three. Oh my God, it's George Clooney again. Oh, now it's Adam West. Now he's Ben Affleck. Nobody wants to see Ben Affleck again, right, man? It's not your fault, man. It's not your fault. Oh my God, now it's Batman Batch, little dog.
Alright, hey guys, you might know me from the news. News Source 13. You may have heard a town alderman recently died, Skip Pennypacker. He was a crazy old man, so riddled with dementia that he could often be seen running down Main Street, telling people he was the emperor of Cookie Stand. Yeah, so for those of you who are unaware, an alderman is it's basically like a mayor, but far more antiquated and powerless. Yeah, and somehow these two guys from Hayesville, they hired me to moderate a debate on live national television. Don't know where they got the funding. So I guess without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to our two alderman candidates, Mr. Kip Rodney and Mr. Dean Howard. Off to a great start already. Okay. Okay. Kit, you won the coin toss. That's what it is. First question is going to be about education.
First of all, stand your ground, Hazel. Great question, Mr. Mocker.
I did not ask you.
Yes, now, as we all know, if a school is doing too good, it loses its federal funding. They're always giving money to those stupid poor schools in the city.
I do not think that is correct.
Take the Asians. Take the Asians, for instance. We've got a couple Asians in our school. Asians are very, very smart people. With their technology, their computers, their robots, their various sexual devices. Now, I'm not saying that we don't allow Asians in our school to get more money. But we might get more money if we don't let Asians in our school.
Okay, that's pretty messed up. Mr. Howard, please give me a reasonable rebuttal.
I'd love to, Mr. Moderator. Thank you, America. As you can clearly see, my right-wing nutjob of an opponent is a horribly backwards redneck racist. But Dean Howard is not a racist. I love all people of all colors, the Asians and their wonderful sex toys. I am so committed to equality for all. I don't think we should let any whites into our schools.
That doesn't make sense.
Now, my people have had a leg up for hundreds of years. Dean Howard is down with the Hispanics and blacks. Faux shizzle. I'm a hip guy.
I don't know why I'm surprised. Next question, Mr. Howard, this is for you. It's about drug reform in Hayesville.
A very pertinent topic, considering recent controversial comments I made recently involving me smoking crack cocaine with an intern. However, I would just like to take this opportunity to assure the American people that I do not use drugs anymore.
That is very good to hear.
Any more than 2 or 3 times a week.
Okay.
How is that okay? How is that okay?
However, the issue before us today is not the war on drugs. It is the death of our former town alderman, who was murdered by my opponent, Kip Rodney.
You lied. You lied. That was a honey accident, ladies and gentlemen.
You shot him in the face with a pistol. Exactly what do you hunt with a pistol, mister?
Why don't you go smoke some crack in college, Nancy? First of all, it is my God-given right to stand my ground. And it is also my right to kill living things with whatever gun or weapon I choose. I will cut a Smurf's head off with a samurai sword if I see fit.
First, I would just like to say, in regards to my higher education, that I am very proud of the 2 semesters I attended Hayesville Community.
You want to boast, ladies and gentlemen.
And secondly, whereas my opponent is pro-murder, Dean Howard is pro-creation. I love life, so much so that I make a campaign promise now that by January of 2014, if elected, I'll father 6 children. I'm wonderful at making babies, just ask my lovely wife or any of my interns who I can assure the presses of legal age of consent. Thank you.
I'm sure they are. Ladies and gentlemen, it is physically impossible for a man to father 6 children in a 3-week time span.
Thank you for the common sense.
I, on the other hand, am not your average man. I vowed to father 10 children by Christmas. 10!
to elect a man like this, a flip-flopper. No. It appears that when it comes to the issues that matter, America, it is Dean Howard, not Tip Rodney, who stands his ground.
You did not just say that.
Oh, I just said
You did not just say that.
Yes.
Take it back.
Oh, yeah.
Take it back. Let me stand my ground. I will shoot your dick right off.
Give me that gun.
You're lying.
Quiet, you two. All right? I'm gonna end this farce right now, okay? Yeah, there can be more than one alderman.
What?
Yeah. Well, no, not like
Highlander. There can only be one in that.
Yeah. It's called a council of aldermen, all right? Now, the only reason no one's done it, in the past 50 years is because it's such a stupid job, okay? You guys could have been aldermen for years now. Why we're here right now, I have no idea, okay? Yeah, idiots.
Hey, if you wanted to try and bury the hatchet, I got some experience in the past.
Get your hand off.
Okay, very well. What about the state senate position? There's only one in the town who can run for that, right?
Like Highlander.
Yes, that one is like the Highland. Yes. There is only one state senator. It's Jim Phillips down on, yeah.
Only one.
Hey,
Okay. Hey, what are you gonna do with it?
I'm gonna go stand my ground at the senator's office.
Not if I see you there first.
Good luck, Nancy.
Hey, where are those interns at?
Did everyone